Hey guys, welcome and let's get started. So after thinking for a long time, I came to a conclusion that actually we will not be using use reducer in this video because that will just make the things much more complicated while we can just make them a lot easier than we can expect them to be, alright? So I will just show you this was our site, right? Okay. So this was where we left it last time. Now we will go to the underscore app here. Here we will create a few functions that will manage our cart actually. So first one will be constant cart itself. Okay, let's say constant cart and set cart itself. By default, it's going to be an empty object. Set cart and cart itself. Then we have constant open, constant display. Set display is equal to use date, or we can call it as open and set open. So this will be used to open and close our cart, and then we will have a constant save item. We'll get a few things from there. For example, we'll get the slug, or we'll get the title, we will get the price, we will get the category. Yep, we'll get the category, with the price, we'll get the image. So these are a few things that we have to do. Get, we'll say constant new cart is equal to our cart, basically like that. And we'll make the same logic as we made for in our database, in our backend for getting the cart, for getting the products. So we will say if slug is in cart, slug, if slug is in cart, basically if it's in cart, then what we want to do, we just want to increase the quantity of that item instead of doing something else. So if it's already in cart, then what we want to do, we want to say cart slug dot qty plus equal to 1. We want to increase the item quantity by 1. Or otherwise, what we want to do, we want to say cart where slug is equal to this. We want to say cart slug is equal to that, is equal to an object containing slug, title, price, category, image, and qty as default as 1. Okay, otherwise we want to do that. Once we do it, what we want to do, we want to create another function. We'll say constant save cart is going to be a function. It's just going to do what? It's just going to save a cart to the local storage. So basically what we are going to do right here, we just want to save a cart to the local storage, right? Let's say local storage dot set item cart items. We'll give it a just.stringify our cart. So we'll just save this to our local storage, basically something like that. And we will say set cart is going to be our new cart actually. Okay, what's the distance stringify new cart? Set cart is going to be our new cart. Here we're going to say, we'll say set cart, just pass it of a new cart, and it will just set the new cart as of a set cart. So basically, yeah, it's just going to do that thing. And let's put it inside a try catch block just in case something happens. Log error. Well, that's about the set cart option. Well, actually, while setting the cart, nothing is going to happen. There's no need of putting something like that. Okay, That's about that one. Let's make for remove item. Item should just take the slug of the item. Doesn't need much of a thing. We'll say constant new cart is equal to cart. So we'll say if slug is in the cart, okay, if the slug isn't available in the cart, what we want to do, we want to say delete cart where the slug is that. Okay, now, like if we have the item in the with the quantity of 2 and user try to decrease the item with 1 quantity. Okay, no, this is not the decrease one. We're just going to delete the cart slug. Okay, just going to delete that thing. Actually delete new cart slug, right? Okay, I had to say here new cart. Delete the slug from new cart, and what we want to do, we want to say save cart, new cart. All right. So that's about the remove item. Now let's say remove full item. It will only work if we want to completely remove the full item. We'll say remove one item. Alright, 1 second. If we want to remove one item, what we are going to do, same thing. Constant new card is equal to cart. So why we're saying constant new card is equal to cart? Because we cannot just get our cart right here. It will create us issues, because let's say we want to delete something, we want to add something. We have to say set cart, stuff like that. So it will just make things much more complicated for us. So we're just making a new variable with the value of the cart itself. So we're just doing the stuff with it, and then we are saving the cart. We are saving the new cart. Okay, that makes sense. Good. Now what we are going to do here, we're just saying remove one item is equal to slug. So if slug is in cart, then what we want to do, we want to say first of all, say if cart slug.qty is greater than 0, that what we want to do, we want to say cart slug.qty minus equal to 1. It will just decrease the cart, you know, amount by 1. Otherwise, what we want to do, we want to say cart slug, delete the cart slug. Not actually cart slug, it's going to be new cart. Okay, new cart. Otherwise, delete it. Okay. Once we're done with it, we're gonna say save cart over new cart. Good. Okay, better. So we just have now the remove one item. Now let's have a constant clear cart option also. Just going to remove everything from the cart. We'll say just set cart is empty. We'll just say no. What we are going to say, we'll say save cart is just going to get an empty object. So save cart will get empty object. Here set cart will get empty object, and yeah, it's not going to save anything else. Good. We got the clear cart. Is there anything else that we need for now? We will add a few more options if they were possible to add. Okay. Now we need to create a context API. Import create context. Create context from React, and we'll just say export constant cart context. We'll make a variable with our create context. Okay. after doing that, just copy our create context, and then let's just paste it here. That all of our website have its access, which is a dot provider, and we'll give it the value. It will get quite a few things. So we have two options. We'll just say constant functions is equal to, it will have all of our functions basically. Save item, clear cart, remove one item, remove full item. We don't need to actually save cart because it's only working. Okay, we need to save item. This one we don't need to save cart. Okay, we are not even importing save cart. So yeah, that's a thing to consider. We got the functions right there. So basically, you can just say you can have a functions here. Well, but it's going to create a little bit of issues for us. We cannot just directly restructure them. So let's not do something like that. And we will also give here the open and the set open one in the value. First of all, what we are going to do, let's go to our cart option. Constant open comma set open is going to be equal to, does it need set open? Yeah, it does need set open. We'll say is equal to use context, and it needs the cart context. It will automatically import it. Oh my god, this mosquito is killing me. Good. So we will just give the same option to the navbar. Navbar here, we'll just say the navbar. We actually only need the open option. Context. Use context. Use state, use context. Let's just keep use state for now. The navbar, we're getting the set open function, and we are seeing here's the cart. If someone clicks on the cart, what's going to happen? I don't know. Well, you should know, because let's say on click. If you're going to click it, you need to run the set open function. Okay, just run the set open function. Basically, as clean as that. I'm gonna say set cd client yarn dev cd server nodemon. Both things are running. Let's go to localhost 3000. Okay, let's see. Okay, we didn't got to see any error. That's a good sign. If you click here, okay, transition is using button show false bar. Alright, that's an issue. Well, we didn't set up our set open function yet, right? We didn't told it what it needs to do. So basically what we have to do here, change this from set open to display set. What's a constant set open is going to be a function that is going to say display set and set it the opposite value of whatever it before there was as the open value. Like if it was false before, now it will set it as true. If it's true now, it will set it as false. Okay, that's a good thing. Still refresh here. Okay, that's good. That's good. So basically, get to see that this actually is working. All right, not bad. Liking this so far. So yeah, we got something like that here. And what if we add to cart some item? Add to cart. Okay. Nothing actually happened because we have not set anything. We have not set it to do anything right yet. Alright, my bad. Constant. What I want to do is I want to get a set item function for now. We'll say use context and cart context, right? Set item. Let's take a look at it once again. Underscore app, where here we have our set. Which one is it? Set item, right? Good. Alrighty, so let's go down a little bit down. Let's just make it a little bit more easier for us. Let's just say constant add item is equal to like that, and it will have set item, and we will give it values, whatever it values it needs. Okay, let's see what it needs. It needs slug title price category image. Slug title price category image, right? We need to give it slug title category, so we can get the price and image by ourselves. Maybe can we? Okay, we can't. Slug title price category image. Now we'll call it the add item function. Well, I think both of these functions will act the same way, so there's no fun in just making a new function. Just copy this whole thing, go all the way down to in here, add to cart button. Let's say on click. Someone clicks on this button. Let's run a function that's going to be this. First of all, get the slug. That's going to be data.slug. It's going to be unique. Right. It's not going to be data.slug. It's just going to be our wait a minute. When we're changing the temporary URL, we need to say, let's just say constant URL and set URL is equal to use state. By default, it's just going to be like that. Okay. And when we are done doing this thing, say URL in like that. Now when we are done doing that thing, okay, maybe we don't want to change something. We don't want to change that thing. Just pass it here, URL. Here we can say URL dot split, then we can say dot slice and dot stuff like that. Okay, makes sense. Good. And when we are done doing this stuff, we can say set URL, our new URLs as the temporary URL that we're getting. Good. Now we have the URL in ready. You can just say give it a slug. This is our slug. Data to title. This is our title. And for the price one, we need to say the same thing. Except we don't need the $sign now. Okay. For the category, you can just say data category. The category is going to be the same thing. For the image, we have to say same thing as we did. For the price one. On click, save the item. Okay, 1 second. Yep, I meant to say set item. Okay, I hope you got the point. So in the application, I'm having nothing there. Okay. If I will just go to app here, like I'm just saving some item. I'm here going to say save cart. I will just say console.log the new cart. Okay, good. So I'll just stay up to date. Set item is not a function. Set item is not a function. Okay, set item is not a function. Save item is a function. Let's just say yarn development dev again. Let's do full refresh. Let's click on add to cart undefined. Okay, we got undefined and we got these things. Why was the slug undefined? I have no idea, to be honest. We're just saying URL is going to be equal to the URL that we get. Let's say something like console.log URL in. Let me do a refresh. I think it may have added it inside the local storage. Let's do a refresh. Something's undefined. Okay, it is undefined. Good. What about the URL then? Okay, we got the URL. Maybe we may have to say use effect. I don't really much know. Set URL is not a function. Why not? It is a function. Guess I'm doing something wrong. Yeah. Use state snipped. Oh, they don't know which URL I'm talking about, I would say. URL data. Good. I think, oh, I just made the S small there. Sorry, my bad. I'm very sorry for that action. Let's put something like that here. I hope the application is clear right now. Okay, good. Let's add to cart. You can see Adidas shoes is being added to cart. Quantity 1, image is none. Okay, when you say image, not the price, just the image. Let's do a refresh, add to cart. Okay, let's take a look at this one. We still got the image is none. So I go to no, then send the image. Otherwise, send the image, not plus image. Okay. Now let's go to application. Let's do a clear item, stuff like that. Let's click on refresh. Click add to cart. I hope this time everything is working pretty fine. Okay, we got every single thing that we need. Let's see in our application right there. Okay, it got added to our cart actually, and that's a good thing. Now what about I want to add another thing with the same value, with the same thing. Okay, you can see it just added the quantity to 2. Now I want, okay, URL in is not defined. Yeah, it's not defined, my bad. It just became URL data. Didn't you got notified about the URL data? Alright. Red one is not available. M size, which is available. Just show me just anything. Oh, come on, man. Like literally, bro. Nothing else is available. No, I think something's wrong. Something differently fishy. What if I do console log temp URL? Okay, yeah, I was thinking something is fishy, right? So yeah, it actually is fishy. We want the URL data to split at that point. Then we want, okay. And we want to say URL data dot length minus 2. Let's split URL is going to be equal to URL data dot split like that, okay. Split URL is go like that. Okay, nothing else is available, so we'll just find out for other shoes. Let's add this shoe. Okay, Gucci shoe has been added to the cart. Welcome, welcome. Well, there's a catch. What is the catch? You can see our cart has been updated to this thing that we have currently. But what about the data that we had before? What about that one? So we basically, if we are going to refresh the cart, what data is just going to go boom. Like I added another one, it did add it here, okay. You can say now it added it here. But just once I will refresh the page, it all will just go away in a span of time. Okay, so for that, what I have to do, I have to say the underscore app. I will need to add a use effect hook. I will need to say in a try catch block. I will say error. Say if local storage dot get item, if cart items exist, then what I want to do, I'm gonna say set the cart to local storage dot get item cart items JSON dot parse it, okay. Otherwise you already know. Error, I want to say first of all just console log me the error and then do a local storage dot clear. So basically if some error came, like the user might have edited something in the local storage and some error just came, at that point I just want to claim a local storage and I will say set my cart to empty. Or basically what I can say, I can say save cart to my empty cart, okay, something like that. Say set cart to empty. Let's make more sense. Good. I hope this one works pretty fine. Let's do a refresh. Let me add these shoes. Add to cart. You can see now. Good. Now we actually have 3 items in total. It didn't lost 4 items, so it is keeping the track. I will add it once more time. It is keeping the track. I have the Adidas local. I should see the quantity too. Good, 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 good. Basically, it is working pretty fine. I'm really happy about it, to be honest. Okay, now what we want to do here. In the product, we want to show the length, like how many items we have in the cart. You can see by default it's going to be 0. So it doesn't really matter, like we just want the quantity of the items, right? Let me just think about this one. Do we want the items, do we want the value here to be based on the quantity, or do we want to show the items based on like how many items we have, like different items? Item can be red, or we can buy red shoes 10 times, so we're just going to show 10 items right there. Okay, let's test it out using Amazon.com. Let's say I want this item. Basically, let's say add to cart. I hope it adds to cart. Good. What if I say I want 9 of them? Okay, yeah, good. So yeah, it does shows us according to the quantity. So we want to set up something that will show us according to our quantity here. So what we can do here for showing it the quantity. All right, that's not hard. That's not hard. I will say constant QTY and set QTY. You know already QTY what means. It means the set quantity. Say use state. By default, it's just going to be what? It's just going to be cart dot reduce. I hope it works. A comma B. What I want to see is A dot QTY plus B dot QTY. I don't know what's going to happen. Let's just do one thing. Let's just say, what's the log QTY? Cart to reduce. Oh, my bad. We need to say something like object.keys cart.reduce. Empty array with no initial value. Okay, so basically just say it's an empty array. Why are you trying to do this, man? Just don't try to do it. Let's just say by default it's just going to be nothing or 0. Basically 0. So once we do something like we're setting above a cart, we set above cart, we'll say then set up a QTY as this. Hope it works fine. Only if this is a scenario. Otherwise we already know it's just going to be empty one. Radius of empty array with no initial value. Okay, so it's the set cart will take a little bit of time to update some things. What we can do for that? We want to wait. We need to wait for our latest cart values. Maybe we can just say is on the parse over local story dot get item over cart items. Oh, I don't mean to console log it. I meant to. I'll just console log QTY. Okay, application is cannot convert undefined or null to object. So it just removes it, right? I'm just console logging the uh, uh, uh. No, 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 no. La, 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 la. Let's refresh. Add to cart to a refresh. To object. Items. Is it that? It's items, not item. Add to cart to a refresh. 0. Why 0? We have a QTY of 1, right? A dot QTY plus B dot QTY. Uh-huh. If I say like just reducing it, let's say console log a dot QTA, maybe. Okay, basically A is about 0. And what is B? B is also 0. Means where means I think the reduce or reduce actually doesn't work. Okay, edit else. Oh, my bad, my bad, my bad. We were doing the right thing, but the wrong way. Okay, we don't need to say the a.qdy exactly. We need to say this a. Come on, man, we are not going to do that. Oh, this is a big thing, right? Constant data, we can just say here. Data A. Maybe data B. Who knows? Okay, both is just going to show us nothing. Cause maybe dot reduce doesn't work. One zero, right? 1 and a 0. That's good. Alrighty, so what we can do right here, we can just say whatever we get from here, we just We'll say return that thing back to the data. Okay, we'll just say so what we need to do exactly is basically here we need to say, because dot radius doesn't seem to work, right? Or does it? Not really. No, it doesn't seem to work. So guys, okay, let's not just waste a lot of damn time on something that we don't really care about. We'll say let temp number is going to be 0. When we map through it, we want to say temp num plus equal to this one. And at the end of all these things, let result is going to be equal to that thing. You can just say okay guys, give me 1 minute only, okay? So for now, all I'm thinking about is just, do something like this. Let temp is equal to 0. You can say object key start, or if you get the element, we'll say temp plus equal to our data e dot qty, right? And then we'll say console the log of a temp. Full refresh. Okay, well, you got 1. That's good. So now we can basically just say set qty is going to be our temp, and we're good to go with our temp. All right. And anywhere in the future, whenever we're just going to do something like, we'll say, yeah, we got the new card. Then what we will do here, save card. So just showing the like thing like that. We just set card object dot keys, new card. Okay, do I have to say this thing every single time? Yeah, I guess so. Well, we'll see how it goes. We're just saying qty, and let's also import the qty in here. Let's go to navbar, and here let's say get the set open, and we'll get the qty also. So this little guy here is going to be qty. Okay, we got 1. We got 2. Yeah, it is actually working pretty fine. And we may change to something else like this. We get 3, and that's not good, because basically, alrighty, there's a thing that I didn't notice before. Well, at this point, when we are sending it some data, so we are saying, okay, send it like that. Alright, I didn't thought about this thing. If we send it the wrong data, it's just going to go forward. Using save item, URL data, send the price. And if we go to our application here, I hope we get to see something like price not available, right? Yeah, not available. That's good. That's not actually good. I mean to say. To fix this issue, we can say, let's go back to our VS Code. We can go here. Before saving up a card, we'll say, if price is equal to not available, then just return. Okay, just don't do anything, just return. We don't want to waste our time. Add one, add another one. Let's go here, let's add some Gucci shoes. Okay, good, we got the Gucci gang, you know, if you feel me. I will add the wrong one, this one. Yeah, it will not work. You can see Gucci shoes blue. Why they are showing this to us? Okay, because we wanted to see it. Good. Now we got the things. Now let's go to cart now and actually display those things instead of displaying something like this right here. We don't want to see this actually, so yeah, that is the thing. We don't want to see it instead of seeing something like that. Okay, here is a link also, so yeah, we can link it down. That's not an issue. Plus equal to remove. We need to have some remove all button also. So we also need the subtotal, right? We need to keep the subtotal somewhere. So basically the subtotal is going to be a basic, very basic thing. Constant subtotal, set subtotal. Subtotal is going to be equal to use state. By default going to be value with a 0, with a value of 0, right? So once we do use state, we use effect when we actually get to do a few things. What we want to do, we want to do same thing. Here we are adding the temp. Say let total is equal to 0. We're adding it like that. Say total plus equal to data e dot price. But there's a catch. So the catch is basically, if the quantity is going to be 2, we will just listen to the data one time. So if the quantity is going to be 2, we'll not do that. We will not do anything with that. So what we have to do, data e dot price, we'll say multiplied by data e dot qty. This thing is then we'll say set subtotal as well total. I don't know. Save cart. We're saving the cart as like that. Set quantity. Set the subtotal. We'll just send the subtotal to here. Okay, we got the subtotal, and in the cart option we need to do a lot of things actually. We'll get started one by one. Let's get started by removing the products. First of all, we will import our cart also. Are we importing cart anywhere? Oh no. Need to get the cart. The cart will here will say we get the cart, we got the subtotal, right? Good. Now once we got the cart, what we want to do, we want to say, instead of saying product stop map, we want to say object dot keys cart dot map. We'll get the product. Image source is going to be item and I. item.image. Key is going to be basically item plus I. Okay, this is going to be href, right? We don't want some href like a. I will say import link from next link, right? And just replace this a with that link. In the href we will just say make it like that, slash product.href product.slug, actually item.slug, actually. Here below we'll just say item to price, item to color, item to title, item dot qty, remove, subtotal. A lot of things have been done. I don't know what is going to work, what is not going to work. Let's do a refresh. Go to a cart. Okay, multiple children will pass the link with href of a. Okay, child is not this one. What happened to link? Multiple children? Are we serious? I mean, I don't see any children, to be honest. So what are we calling the children's? Oh, don't know. Let's first of all do what's the log item. Let's commit this out. I don't really have the understanding what's happening actually there. Okay. Of course. Oh, okay, my bad. We cannot call it like that. We need to say it like this. Card, and wherever the item is, then get the card item, right? Yep. Card, card, card. Get the card involved in every single damn thing. But only one child is supported. Multiple children will pass the link with href of Adidas / Adidas local shoes green XL. What's the issue? Only one child supported. Well, I think there is some issues happening in here. The slug thing. We'll just give it a refresh. Okay, those other things are working pretty fine, right? We got the 499. We got these things. We got the total quantity that we have there. We got the checkout. We got the subtotal actually. That's good to know. That subtotal actually works fine. Okay, so what's the issue with the slug option? We're saying item cart item dot slug, right? What? No, I don't wanna. Are you serious? I wanna just console log it, man. Okay, I think there is something bad happening here. We got these things, we got these things. But only one child is open your browser. Supported. Link multiple children. What does it mean, link multiple children? I'm not trying to link multiple children. Multiple children will pass to link with href of. but only one child is supported. Well, I know one child is only supported, that's why I'm just sending one. I think this is in a loop, right? Comma I, 0 and 1. How can we even say this is multiple? Like, I mean, literally how? You can see this works fine. Okay, a minute. When we load the thing, refresh it, we get it. Go in here, we get it again. Ah, so maybe that's the thing. That's something that is creating the issue. Well, there can be literally anything. We cannot just say whatever we want to say, right? So yeah, I think that's kind of an issue because the card is being rendered by default, like normally, and it will be shown on all the pages. So I have another idea. Idea, I have idea. Alright. If we try to do that idea, we're just all bumped up. We have to remove, maybe we have to remove the card from here. But if you remove the card from here, how is the card going to get updated? How is the card going to get updated, huh? What about that? We didn't really think about that, right? So link href is going to be just test, refresh, go here, throw an error. All right, that's what we want to see. Why this error occurred? Your application code multiple children must pass the links, but only one child is supported. Really? I mean, I don't really see which another children are we passing here. Is this one really actually considered as a children? I mean, I don't know. No children was passed to, but one children is required. Yeah, of course, you want one children and you want no children. Are you serious? Okay, let's do this. Good. It works just as we expected to, right? Alrighty. We just have to make it a span, other than just directly giving the thing. Say class name is equal to cursor pointer. Cursor is pointer. I have to click on this one. I will go to that URL, and if I actually do click on this one, I will go to the URL. And I want to do another thing. If I click on somewhere, we got the setup an option, right? I will say just call the setup and you get no one to set it as close, false or true. So basically if I click on anything, any item right here. What I want to do, I want to say on click, call the setup function. Gucci shoe. Yeah, Adidas. I want to add them. Add it one more time. Data is not defined. My bad. My bad. Okay, data is not defined because it is not data. It's new cart. Good. Let's do a refresh. 3 items. Add to cart. We got 4 items. Okay. Did we edit this one? I don't know. No, we had not edited. Okay, good. We got the 4 items right now. Here we have every single thing. Now let's make the plus and minus option actually work. Okay. This is a subtotal, and these are items. So items look pretty dope for now. Not going to say they look very bad, but they look very good as our initial development. Okay, these are some items. We need to make few options work. Like we want to use remove. If we click on the remove option, it's just going to do something. If I click on the -1 option, it's just going to do something. I exactly know what I have to do. I need to get the remove 1 item. It's just going to decrease 1 item. And remove full item is just going to decrease the full item. Okay. Remove 1 item. Remove full item. Remove 1 item is just going to do what? Where is the remove button? Remove 1 item will take the data item.slug. So we'll take the full remove full item. This is actually remove full item. Remove 1 item is the decrease button, right? Probably this one. Alrighty. And here we'll say set save item. Constant add item. It's just going to take the slug of the item. We'll just say constant new item is equal to the cart option, whatever we have there. And we just have to say if the slug is in cart, then what we want to do, we want to say new cart where slug is, then do quantity plus equal to 1. Save the cart where the slug is. What? Save cart of a new cart. Add item. Give the add item from there. Let's get it from here. Add item. Add item. Add item. Add item. Add item. I don't know how many arrows are going to come up. I don't know what's going to happen. To be honest, I have no idea. Like, not even 1%. Let's see. Okay. Data is not defined. Data is not defined. Item. It's not data. It is cart. You silly guy. Never was data, it was cart. Add the item, okay. New cart is not defined. New item. Add 1. Okay, it did add 1. Are we updating the subtotal? Yeah. Decrease. If this is 1, I decrease by 1. Make the logic also and say if new cart slug is dot quantity is less than or equal to 1, when you say delete that new cart slug, otherwise do this, because we don't really much have an option, right? Let's do a refresh. Def's added to 2. Okay, I was trying to add them. One minute. What is this? If I click on decrease, if I click on add option, I don't need to delete it. Yeah, come on, man. Remove one item, right? My bad. Increase 1, decrease, decrease, and decrease. 0, it will become. It will just do nothing. It will just stay there, right? Or it will just go away. If it's greater or equal than 1, then we want to keep minusing it. Otherwise, we want to delete that slug. Basically, at here, it should be deleted, right? But it's not being deleted, and I have no idea why. If it's just greater than 1. Okay, we're saying data somewhere else. Okay, we'll show if nothing was there to show, we'll just show something else. But for now, let's not show anything. We'll just add to this item to the cart. 2, 1, and it should go away, okay? When it goes away, what happens exactly is no cart, nothing shows up right there, okay? Ah! The length is greater than 0. The length is greater than 0, then we should do this. Otherwise, show some like add 3 maybe. Add items first. No items to show. Yeah, it's just exactly what it tells us. No items to show. Maybe we could have made it a little bit more better. How does H1 look like? We may never know. Empty. Here icons. So copy J6. Go back here. Get to see this thing right there. Okay, not bad for starting. Here I will just say the content center, displays flex, center. Okay, yeah, I have to just say top 50%. No, it will not work like that. I will need to use different thing. How to make it in the center? I will come in 2 minutes. I need to go to eat food. Okay, guys, so I'm back after a little bit break. Now we were setting up this thing, right? Let me just drink the water again. So we don't really want to make it as kind of like some kind of like a fancy stuff like that. I just want to make it look like basic thing. Take the SVG. I can say I can say transform scale 1.5. Maybe you can make it a little bit more bigger. Like 5 will be too big, to be honest, because it's on the top, right? That's the issue. It's on the top. Maybe if we give it a margin of 50%, 0%. Alright, it looks alright. So I think let's do a copy of element. And we have the I don't think a full icon looks really good. Hey, what happened? Ah, errors and errors and errors. Of course, it's just full error, right? Let's go to HTML to JSX converter. HTML to JSX. Copy the code. Let's go here. Paste it there. Let's go to our website. Okay, there we go. We have this icon right there. Maybe an empty icon would have looked a little bit better. I don't know. I cannot be sure about that one. Yeah, it would have been it would look better. I think the difference in empty icon is just fill none. Yeah, just fill none. That's it. Let's go back here. Let's refresh. Let's go to cart. Okay, we literally got nothing. Let's copy the JSX. We have margin 70%. Okay, let's just do one thing. Let's just paste it there. Let's just copy the style. We'll just paste it in our copy like that. Let's remove our SVG. Let's go here. Okay, we got something like that. Good. Here below we can say something like H3 maybe. H3. We can say No items in cart. Okay, I knew that is going to happen because flex direction needs to be column first of all. Okay, it became column. We'll say margin is going to be just 70%, 0%. We'll just get rid of margin from here. No items. No items in cart. Okay. Scale 4. How are we doing? Not good, I don't think we are doing good. No items in cart. It just shows us thing like that. We're just going to click on here. I don't just care, cause okay, align item center. Yeah, that one worked out. Items center. Maybe now if I will give it a transform scale of 2 maybe. No items in cart. Okay, we have this gap right there. We don't really want to have that gap, but we will see that in a minute. I think the gap is because of adding the edge 3. Maybe if it was just a span, may have not raised those many complaints. Alright, yeah, no, it's not the issue. Because I can just make this one bigger. I can say no items in cart, the span. What about an H1? The H1 should look quite bigger. Really? I think what matters is not the H1 or div. We just need to have a class name where we just give. Come on, man. Just show me the CSS. Excel. Excel looks pretty good. We need the empty one. A little bit spacing on the top. No items. And no items in cart. Guess not like that. Okay, no items in cart. Okay, it's all fine. Guess we will add a item. We will add items by our own self. Add item. Let's see. Okay, we get to see the item. We can increase the item. decrease it. We can just click here to remove the item totally. Okay, we want to add the item. We want to add this item that doesn't exist. It will not add. To decrease the item, it just want to remove it from here, and that is good. That is good. So for now, we already saw the code logic is pretty much done. We are pretty good to go with the code logic, and yeah, it's working pretty fine. And I saw there was someone asking for the color, right? I don't know where they are using the color actually, but I need to see. Like, they literally asked me for the color in here. Cart item.color. I just gave them the color. Just below the link. Okay, what happened there? Gray. I said cart item.color. So it just goes away. They didn't just show me anything else after that one. Cart table component. Let me take a look at that. Okay, we get here salmon, we get the blue, we get white and black. Okay, so while taking a look at that, what we can do is, we don't want to show the color there, right? But what we want to show is that the category. Show the category there. I hope it does. Okay, it does. Okay, shows us the category. Whatever we have. This is choose category. Good. And we need to see our size also, right? We'll say it is shoes. Category shoes. And what else? Category shoes, which is going to be cart item color. Cart item dot size. Undefined. Oh, we are never saving the cart item. We're actually saving the color and the stuff. Let's go back here. We're saying quantity. Let's add color and size. Color and size, and we want to add something, and we also want the color and size to be given. Just like that. Just do a full refresh. Good application. Let's remove everything we have for now. Add to cart. Here you can see blue M. And we can go to cart. We don't need to show some like that. Choose blue medium size, right? Absolutely correct. Remove it. We can keep it there. Okay, so I think we are done for now. We did a lot of things already. Click on here. I should just go in. Yeah, we did a lot of things already. And I already think we are done for now. Now what we are gonna do, we're gonna go to the authentication section. We'll let the user log in, log out, register, and we will also save the card in the user's database, in our own database actually. So the user is just going to stay signed in. He will not be logged out anytime sooner. So yeah, we need to keep that in mind. And there we go. We are good to go for now. So what are we going to do? We will first of all just make our register page. Cannot read properties of null. Reading size. Import card context. What? Oh, my bad. So we don't have any register page or something like that, right? If we go to the wrong page, what is going to happen? Data.size. Data.size. Size. So here we're going to have two things. We have this export by default in the card, not actually in the card, but say in the product. We have one export by default, right? Let's have another one also. Constant. Okay, we already have the no page inside right there. We can say, let's say if data is equal to null, return with the no page. Does it actually work like that? I don't know. Yeah, it should work like that. I do hope so. 404 page not found. I go here, I go here, I go here. 404 page not found. Good. Now we don't get to see any error, right? That's some numbers are correct. So we need to set up our register page, our login page. Login/register page. I've already searched for this thing before. So yeah, this looks kind of cool to me. Let's just copy this whole thing. Let's just make a new register.javascript. We will need to make sure it should be small. All should be small characters because we will be setting up it as a router itself in itself. So yeah, let's say register. Okay, we already installed the hero icons, right? Yeah. Start your 14 days free trial. We'll say login to your account. Sign in to create. Okay. Create your new account now. Sign into your account. Here we instead of saying we're gonna say import link. Actually, it's going to be /login. We'll get rid of this indigo. Amber actually. Okay, we got something like that. That's good. This is actually register one, right? Email password. We need the email. We need the password. We need the username. Why username? Well, we need username because we will just show the user's username on the top. So that's why. Tab is going to be text. Autocomplete is going to be off. Email address. Focus on indigo. Nope. better focus on Ember. So we'll get rid of this rounded BMD from this email address because we don't want that roundedness in this. Okay. We need BMD means the bottom MD. We don't want this top MD to be rounded in for the email address because it's the middle one. So we want the bottom. We want the bottom and the top to be just normal, act normal. Okay. Let's get rid of any Ember, any indigo with Ember. Okay, good. Remember me option. Forgot password. Link href / forgot password. Remember me, we will also make it happen. Don't worry. Sign up. I don't know what's going to happen, but we got to see what will happen. Okay. What is this? Ember.svg. Okay, so they have something. They're giving something as by themselves. This small kind of logo maybe. But guess what? We don't want it. Right? Yeah, you heard me right. We don't want it. So let's just get rid of it. Piece of crap. This is a registration link, right? Manage the password for the local host. Delete and delete. We got the username, email, and we got the password. Remember me option. Forgot password. That doesn't work for now. Okay. Sign into your account. No. Create a new account. Sign into your account will take us to login page. Or sign into your account. Let's copy this whole stuff. We'll create a new JavaScript file with the name of login.javascript. We'll just paste it right here. Sign up must be replaced with sign in. Forward password. Just keep it there. Let's do one thing. Let's don't change much of a thing here. But first of all, let's make this actually registered in component work. And once this registered component will be working position, then we'll just copy for all of it and we'll just paste in the login one, and then we can make the changes that we want to make. Okay, so we want a few things right here. We'll say constant, we'll say use state snipped, we'll have values and set values. We will have it as an empty object. Okay, so why did I set this as an empty object? I will not make 3 different use states for getting the username, or getting the email, for getting the password separately. All I know is that all of them have a name, and all of the name are connected with what they actually contain. So this is a username. I will save a new object with the name of username. This is the email. I will save a new object. I will save a new key in this object with the name of email, and I will say the I will say its value with this email value. I would say just like e.target value, and for this password one I will just say e.target value for the same password one. So what we have to do here, we need to say constant. Okay, we actually don't need to say something like constant. We'll say let's make a new handle input function. It will take an e as an element. So we'll say constant. Let's destructure our name and value. e.target. So what it will do, it will just get, you know, e.target dot name and e.target dot value inside two separate constant variables. Now here we will call for our set values function. We want to get the old items back, like whatever we had stored in there for now. If it's empty, we want that empty to get, we want to get our empty state back. Then we want to return whatever we had before with the updated name. The name should have the value. Okay, so basically what we are doing, we're just saying give us all of our object back. So this is our object. Then what we want to do, we want to just get that object and just check if there is the name as let's say for now name can be username. Let's say if there is not username, what is going to do, it will just create a new key in the object, with it will create a new item in the object with the key of our name, which is username, and it will set the value as the value of that username. So now we have here, we should have something like a username with the value of test. So that's how it works. Okay, looks pretty good, I know, right? We will just what we are going to do, we need to just copy this thing. We'll just say on change. Okay, on change, run a function, just return the e. Here we'll just give it e, and that's all we have to do, literally, for all the inputs, all of the inputs. The same piece of code, same piece of code. And for the remember me option, pay mailing each time once you listen pay that. Okay, so here we will have for this one, what can we have for this remember me option? Maybe the value can be true or false. Who knows? We'll see about that one also. I don't know. I mean, personally, I don't really much know about what's going to happen. After setting the values, let's say console the log our values. We'll see what's going to happen. Okay, username is going to be test. They're showing us test only because what is happening, it's taking a little bit of time for this set values to actually update, right? So we have to keep that thing in mind. Instead, what we can do something like, give me a minute, let me think about this one, how we can actually wait for the set values thing to actually run, and then we can show it something else. Then we can actually console log the value. A B C D E F G and more in the system, and no. A B C D E F G and more in this and more no. Never mind. So we know this is test for now. Okay. If I will just do console the log afterwards, it's just going to be test. Okay. For the email address, we can say test. For the remember option, okay, remember is on, or now it's off. It doesn't updated it. Now if I will change here something, if I will make it, it is on. Uncheck it, it's still on. Okay. Remember your option is not really much changing anything. Like it's saying it's on, it's saying it's still on. Like even though if I unchecked it, it's just still saying it's on, but it should not say something like that. That means it's going to be an issue. Okay. Do a refresh. Let's say remembering. It's always on. We even turn it off. We will say something else. It's still on, right? Okay, memory option is still being on. I don't really much of an understanding about the memory options. A B C D E F G H M O N sister no la 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 la. Okay, we can say the value is going to be equal to remember me. Just remember me. All the time I see you walk just by the road. Set remember. So set remember will set opposite of remember that we had before. I will just make a separate thing for that one. So constant remember comma such use state by default is going to be set as false. Click on it, it's just going to become true. True, false, right? Good. False, false. Why do I see false, false 2 times? I should not see 2 times. But we didn't really much care because we already turned this strict mode off. So yeah, it's all fine. Now we got these things ready and ready to go. Okay. Alien will say constant handle submit. It's going to be a normal function. It's going to make a fetch request on http http colon slash localhost port 5000 or 4000. I don't know, 5000 maybe. It's been a while. Port 5000 slash API slash register. And method is going to be host. Body is going to contain actually the thing is we don't want the remember me option to be in the register page, right? Yep, we only want it to be in login page. So we'll see about that one also. We'll say body is going to be this in the parse, this in the stringify our values option, and we want at the end headers content type application slash JSON. We'll do a dot then at the end with the response JSON dot then get the data and so log the data whatever we get from it. Okay, we're good to go for now. So you can see here we need to just comment this thing out, and for the remember me option we'll basically commit all of it out because we really don't want this div actually. So we'll just commit this div out for the register option at least. The sign in option we can say it's okay, right? Let's just say close others. Let's close our client section, open our server. So here we have one model which is with the name of product. Let's make another model which is in the name of user.js constant mongoose is equal to require mongoose, my mongo bro. Mongoose will say constant user schema is going to be equal to mongoose.schema. Yeah, we'll first of all accept the username. Username is more likely going to be like of type string. It's going to be required as true. Then we'll have a password. It's going to be type string. This is going to be required as true. Then at the end we'll have an email. It's going to be type string. Required same as true. It should be unique in the whole database. True. Say timestamps is equal to true. Say module.export is equal to mongoose. The model will create a new mongoose model and we'll just export it directly. Users, user schema. Now here we can say register.javascript constant user is equal to required dot slash model slash user constant register equal to an asynchronous function. It will contain request and response. So basically we need the username, the email, and the password from request body. So we will now do some validations, schema validations here. So first of all, what we want to do, we want to go to our validations, create a new validation for the user.js. Say constant joy is equal to require joy. We'll see constant register validator is equal to, it will get the it will get some data from our side. We'll give it requested body. It will get requested body. So now here what it's going to do, it's going to make a schema so that it can compare these schemas together. It will check if both of the schemas match. We'll say joy.object. First of all, we need the username. That is going to be joy.string. It should be of type string, and it should be required. It should have a minimum of 4 characters, maximum of 20 characters. I didn't add that here, I know that. Minimum 4, maximum 20. Okay, here we're gonna say minimum 4, maximum is up to you. For the password, we'll say joy.string. It's going to be required. It's going to have minimum 4, maximum we don't know. Then we have the email. It's going to be joy.string. It's going to be required, and it's going to be email type. 1 minute. Alrighty, so yeah. So this will actually validate. It'll check if the data we're giving in from the data client is giving in the request. We need to say if it's type string, is it required, it has minimum, is validating the minimum and the maximum limit, is it an email. So we need to see something like that. And at the end we'll say constant error is equal to, I'm destructing the error basically. I'm just saying schema.validate it will validate our data. So we're destructing the error object, so it will only return error only if the thing is okay. It will return error only if the validation failed. So basically, if the validation did not fail, it will not return anything, and we will only return anything back to the user. We will return the error message back to the user only if we got some error here. The validation failed. But if the validation did not fail, we don't want to return anything back to the user. And in our register.javascript, we will say if this variable is undefined, if nothing is being returned back here, what we want to do, we want to just continue. Okay, so that's how it goes. We'll say if something happened, we'll say if error exists. What we want to say, we want to return, we want to return back about error dot details first index dot message. So basically you can just console log your whole error. So how do I actually know this? I have actually used joy a lot of times before. It's a good dependency for actually validating your schemas. So what is this? What is this detail 0 dot message? So there's an object inside the error array, and inside the there's an object inside the error key, and and on its first index it has a message. The message will actually contain your error message. So you need to say dot replace all. Okay, you need to have a dot replace all. It will contain actually double quotes. We need to replace all double quotes with nothing. So basically this is all we have to do. It will contain something like password, has length, length, stuff like that. Okay, length. 1 second. So it will contain something like that. So we want to get rid of the double quotes. So basically we're left with something like this. We'll just duplicate it by pressing Ctrl plus D, and we'll just make this one for the login one, and we'll get rid of the username because the login will not contain the username. Just the same stuff. Now here we'll just say module.export is equal to login me and the register me, login validator and the register validator. So here we're saying this thing. We'll say import a register validator from validations. We'll say constant validate failed. So basically it will only return anything if the validation failed. We'll say register v, give it the request.body. All right, validation failed. We'll say okay, give me 1 minute. I think I received something. Okay, so my sister called me twice. Okay guys, I think I need to go. We'll probably continue this stream tomorrow. So yeah, we'll continue this tomorrow. Hope you have a good night. I'll continue this tomorrow. You will not very much notice. Bye bye and have a nice day.